Before we jump into the episode today, I want to share something with you from my heart. First of all, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I really can't tell you how much your support means to me. We've been doing the podcast now for almost 4 years. I can't even believe it. And I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you that listens, shares an episode with your friends, sends me a DM or a text message letting me know how an episode resonated with you or any aha moments. Seriously, I couldn't be more grateful to be able to create this podcast. It has been such a blessing in my life, and I love hearing the ways it's been able to provide value in yours as well. One thing you might not know is how much work it takes to be consistent with a podcast. In fact, did you know that the majority of podcasts don't make it past episode number 10? And we are well beyond that. And it's just a lot thinking of the episodes, recording them, editing them, managing the guests, making sure that everything runs smoothly and gets uploaded consistently and regularly. And so that's why I have created an amazing opportunity for you to support the podcast monetarily. And in exchange for that, you will get exclusive premium subscriber content. So for as little as $3 a month, you can become a premium subscriber of the podcast. And every month I will upload new voice-guided workouts and breathwork meditation audio for you. So that way you can work out with me, coaching you in your ears. You can also take a moment to reduce your stress and relax and come down and ground down with one of my breathwork audios. So if that is on your heart to support the podcast for as little as $3 a month to become a premium podcast subscriber, I can't tell you how much that means to me and the growth of this podcast. I appreciate you. If you're interested, click the link in the description, become a premium podcast subscriber, new content every month, and while supplies last, I'll send you an exclusive podcast coffee mug so you can have your self-love and sweat coffee every morning. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the show. Welcome to Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast, the place where you'll get inspired to live your life unapologetically, embrace your perfect imperfections, break down barriers, and do what sets your soul on fire. I'm your host, Lunden Souza. Hey friend, it's me, Lunden Souza, online lifestyle transformation coach. I help people all over the world just like you who know they are meant for more, get their mind right and their body tight, and go from crazy busy to crazy happy. And hey, if it's our first time meeting, welcome. So happy to have you. And if you've been with us for a while, it's so great that you're here too. I'm really excited to share this episode of the Self-Love and Sweat podcast with you. Hey, I want to tell you quickly about 2 ways that you can get connected beyond the podcast to uplevel your health, your life, your fitness, reach your goals, but also support the podcast as well. So the first option is our Self-Love and Sweat monthly members only meetup. We meet up on the last Saturday of the month on Zoom for 90 minutes to cover some important topics, to answer your questions, and then to also do a workout together. It's a great way to have that support, have that accountability, get supercharged, and get reminded that there are other people all over the world on this journey of self-love and sweat, and you don't have to do it alone. You can join your first month for only $1 using code SELFLOVE1 at checkout, and then it's $27 a month after that. So you go to lifelikeLondon.com/monthly, use the code SELFLOVE1 at checkout to try us out, test it out for only $1 for your first month, and then you can be on board to listen to the podcast, join up on the meetups, and just really feel like you're connected and thriving on this journey to reach your goals. The second option is our Strong at Home for Women 8-week dumbbell-only workout plan. We have women all over the world getting stronger from the inside out right at home, right? So we're ready to take action to get stronger despite the circumstances of the world. And we know that we're not about to do that alone. So embark on this 8-week journey with us. You can go to lifelikeLondon.com/strong at home. You can pick up your 8-week plan. And the exciting thing is that every 8 weeks, we open it up, myself and my co-coach, for VIP all access coaching with us. So not only do you get the plan, but you get Zoom fireside chats with us. You get an exclusive way to chat with us anytime so you can ask your questions, share your progress. And we're always continuing to stay connected and motivate and inspire each other on our journey to get stronger, no matter what that means for us. So if you know that you're meant for more, you're ready to get stronger from the inside out, and you're just like, yes, I need a plan and some structure, something to tell me what to do. I know I'm ready, but I need that coaching. I can't do it alone. We are here for you. You can go to lifelikeLondon.com/strong at home, pick up the plan, figure out when our next VIP all access registration is opening so you can get that support and guidance. And the third thing, I said there was two, but the third thing is you can do both. You can join us for those monthly meetups. You can be there for the 8-week program. You know, this coaching and this support is here for you. We want to get you real results that last so you never have to start over again. And so you guys are awesome. Enjoy this episode. Get connected. Self-love and sweat, friends. Hey everyone, today on Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast, we're going to drop in and talk about progress. I've done an episode on progress before, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. And I want to share 4 points with you guys that will really hone in on how to really make progress. No fluff. Okay. The last one, I talked a lot about celebrating progress and celebrating all of those wins, and I'm still here for it. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper on making progress that lasts so you never have to start over again. Making progress in a way that is sustainable for you and feels good for you. So like if you've ever felt like you were doing all the things right, I mean, raise your hand, trying to fit in all the workouts, being consistent, for the most part, but you still felt like you're exhausted. Nothing was really working. You were kind of all over the place, like somehow trying to fit in what you thought you were supposed to do. And it wasn't even enjoyable. Like progress, what progress? It can feel really scattered, overwhelming, frustrating, and just super, super annoying. It's just like, why can't we get it all together? And then we beat ourselves up and it becomes this vicious cycle. And I've been there too. So I'm writing you today because I want to give you the real deal about making progress, like real progress that actually lasts for real, and why having it all together is just never going to happen. Like not for me, not for you, not for anyone. And that is okay. Like, that is totally cool. You don't have to have all your ducks in a row. And I know that can be a barrier to break down. And we do it all the time in a lot of my group coaching and one-on-one coaching. But before we jump into those 4 points, 4 simple ways on how to really make progress. And I don't say simple because they're simple to implement. It's just like, there's just 4. And if you really lean into them, you're going to make progress and it's going to stick. And magic's going to happen in your life. And I want to offer that to you. I want to provide that value to you. And so we're going to jump right in, take notes, open up a note on your phone. If you're sitting somewhere listening to this, like sometimes I like to take pen to paper when I'm taking notes here. So these are 4 ways to help you really make progress. Okay. Number 1, stop trying to always do more workouts or more cardio. Okay. Your body needs time to recover in order to make progress. Okay. True story. I've seen so many women in our Strong at Home for Women program get exceptional results without killing themselves for hours a day. More intense workouts, more time spent working out, stressing out your body on top of an already stressful lifestyle can be really detrimental to your goals. If you're going to do more of anything, more gratitude, more journaling, more slow, relaxing walks, more time spent, loving on yourself and, your affirmations and things like that. But when we think, oh, I want to make more progress, we automatically think, and I see it all the time, that we need to do
more of something. Okay. And I posted this on Instagram stories the other day. I was like, Wednesday mornings, that's my hump day weekend. I normally work Monday through Saturday. Sundays, I take a full day off. But Wednesday in the morning till about noonish, I just try to be really slow, really intentional with my slowness, because that's not really how I am. Most of the time, I'm really go, 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 and I'm line it up, knock it down, working on projects. And yeah, I said on my stories, I'm like, I can do that because I take time to recover. And when I was trying to do all the workouts and all the things and, check all the boxes off of, how many minutes of cardio and how many workouts and repetitions and all those things, to the point where it was just like, yeah, overwhelming. You can't do it. You can't do it long term. And it's not going to, it's not going to help you make progress. It's going to stress you out and you're going to feel like you never measure up. Now, it's great to have moments where you're like, yeah, I'm pushing my limits. I'm pushing, myself. And I know I need to show up kind of regardless right now. Like, it's been a while, or I really want to kick it up a notch or whatever. Like, there comes a point where we have that honesty capability with ourselves to be like, okay, Lunden, yeah, it's time. You've been walking in yoga, like pick up the weights, like let's roll, let's start to get stronger. Let's strengthen those muscles. So sometimes it is about, a little bit more. But you guys know what I mean. We're always doing the most, and it's not about something that you're not doing. So make sure that recovery is a part of your workout routine. It is celebrated. You get excited about it, and you understand that you get to serve and deliver with excellence and do what sets your soul on fire and show up for your workouts and crush it because you've rested and recovered. Okay. So that's super important. Make sure that that's included. 1, if not 2 or 3 rest days, or days where it's just like, I'm going to move my body because I can, not so rigid and scheduled in a way that feels rigid and scheduled. Hello. I like a schedule, but you know what I mean. Not in a way where you just feel like it has to be this way because someone, something, somewhere said that it should be that way. Number 1, stop always trying to do more workouts and more cardio. Okay. Think about how you can recover more. Number two, when it comes to how to really make progress, declare your goals to others who support you. And really, that's like my fancy way of saying, like, go out and share it. So you have that accountability. You have to tell people what you're working on and be able to ask for support and accountability when you need it. And that can be really hard because asking for help and support and accountability can be really scary. But also, like, telling people what you're working on can be scary too, of like what your goals are, especially if you're just starting out, starting small, baby steps, maybe not giant progress or whatever that might be right from the get-go. And sometimes that just can be a little bit scary. And so at the same time, it's super important. This can be a triggering thing for some people because sometimes they're like, oh, I shared my goals with my friends or people that I thought supported me, and like, they weren't excited for me. They were like kind of bringing me down and making me feel like, yeah, like, I don't know, I'm questioning it again, And granted, that's a lot of, work that I love to do with my clients one-on-one and in group coaching, where it's like that internal work to just like silence that noise there. But regardless, when you have those aha moments where it's like, dang, like that sucks, that can happen. It can feel like a gut punch. It can feel really uncomfortable. And that's why, doing group coaching and getting in community, I'll talk about that in one of these as well, but is just like so important. So you can be around people who are like fully immersed in people, I would say, who are supporting you, who are also doing, what they love, and you're supporting their goals and they're supporting you. And you guys are continuously asking each other, like, how's it going? You said you wanted to be here. How can I support you? Sometimes I just ask people, I have, groups of people I work with and that are on my team of teams. And it's like, how can I support you? Like, what are you working on? And being able to do that with each other is just so powerful and so magical. It makes you feel happy and excited to tell that person, and you're just like vibrant and glowing, and they are too. And we know that feeling when you find like you're so excited about something, you're sharing it with the people that will uplift you. They're on board with it. They're thinking of their connections. They're thinking of, their schedule and how they can support you, or just like, maybe you're voicing some struggles to them about their goals, and they're trying to like troubleshoot with you, or they're there to listen, or just whatever. Like, that's such a good feeling. And then we also know it when it's the opposite. Like, someone comes in and it's like they take their little like fingers and they spit on them and they, put it on their flame and put it out, put it on your flame and put it out. And you're just like, oh, that sucks. It's not a good feeling. So your opinion on, your goals and your tenacity towards your goals, like, shouldn't be dependent on if someone supports it or not. But like, yeah, I'm going to be submersed in people who are hyping me up. I love that. It feels good. And I want to do the same for them. And I want to do the same for you. So make sure you're declaring your goals to others who support you and reaching out to and asking people, hey, what are your goals? How can I support you? Right? That's number 2. Okay. Number 3, work out smarter for you. Work out smarter for you, your unique lifestyle, your goals, what you find fun, what you have time for, what feels good, what's working for you, giving you enough variety, but also enough consistency to get those results, right? And in order to do that, a lot of times, we can't do it on our own. It's important to get support from experts and mentors, do research and choose a plan that meets you where you are, uses equipment you have access to. Like, don't choose a gym plan if you hate the gym, right? The key is to have a personalized plan that grows with you, that meets you right where you are and takes you where you want to go. So the clear plan and structure is there. And then you get to gather those tools and be able to kind of figure out, like, yeah, this day, this time works for me, this style, this workout, this whatever, kind of plug it all in there to your unique puzzle, So this doesn't include like a quick fix or a 30-day challenge alone, right? So the plan that you're in, when you're working out smarter for you, you should never feel like, oh, I don't know what's next. Like, what's after this? How am I going to go back into normal life? Everything was so restricted and I was in such a bubble and I was trying to be more is more and all in this, da 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 da. And now, like, what's next? And so working out smarter for you takes time. It takes coaching and asking questions and figuring out what works for you and listening to your body. For a lot of the women I work with, what we focus on is our hormone cycle, our female cycle, and being able to say working out smarter for me means choosing workouts that are going to meet me where I am in my cycle, how I'm feeling energy wise, how I'm feeling, like how my sleep is, and just everything. Being able to tune in to our body's unique signals and systems instead of being like, oh, this cookie cutter plan is supposed to work for me. And if I follow it perfectly to the best that I can, it might, and maybe it's fun and maybe it's not. And it's just like, it's not sustainable for life. And I'm all about never having to start over again and having workout plans and coaching and guidance that continues to grow as you grow. So that's really, really important, is to make sure you understand, in order to make progress, it has to be a workout style that works for you. And number 4, so important. All of them are so important, but this one's so important. Number 4, when it comes to making progress, community. Like I talked about sharing, your goals to others who support you. And maybe that's like your friend, your coworker, a family member, partner, whatever, but like community, like get involved with others who are on a similar path and mission as you, right? So if your goal is to get strong at home from the inside out, and you're in Strong at Home for Women, and all the women are there ready to get strong at home from the inside out and, get rid of that more is more mentality or that all or nothing mindset, and really tune into what I call the marathon mindset and being consistent despite setbacks, right? So getting in community where there's others on that same path and mission. Yeah, they're going to have individual goals when it comes to like strength gains and maybe, what outfit or pair of jeans or what they want to fit into or what race they want to do. Or, a lot of women come in with some really awesome goals, and it's just so great to see everybody come together. And at the end of our group coaching calls, at the end of a lot of, the sessions that we do, I can't tell you how many times women have come to me and they're like, oh, I don't feel alone after that conversation. Like, I never thought that other women felt this way too. Like, literally what she was saying is exactly my words, And so this is where the real magic and breakthroughs happen. Like I'm telling you, it's not at home alone. It's home in community. And that's where the strong and strong at home actually comes into play. Like, yeah, you pick up some weights, you're getting strong. But when we're in that community and we're cohesive and we're supporting one another and we're going after our goals, and we're there to hold each other accountable, and just to know that like, no matter kind of where we are in our life, we can, come in and lean into that group and into that community. It's so important. It's so, so important. And I really, really say this from the bottom of my heart. Like, this is a major call to action to everybody listening. Like, it's time to get strong at home from the inside out. It's not enough just to be strong on the outside. And I don't mean strong on the inside, like you have to have no feelings and no whatever, but I mean like that internal strength of like, I know what it means for me and why I want to be fit and healthy and strong and what my body is capable of. And I know how I want to show up in the world. And I know how a physically fit body contributes to that beyond, if my muffin top is hanging and like that stuff, we want to look good. But there has to just be more beyond the physical when it comes to working out. And you guys know that's why I'm always, self-love and sweat, right? It's not just the sweat, it's the working in and the working out. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening today. I want to hear all your aha moments. So never hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram. You can slide in my DMs there and let me know what you think of this episode. And do me a favor, wherever you're listening to this podcast, just take a screenshot of it. Take a screenshot of it, share it on social media, tag me, share it with your friends. Like, I really, really, really want to grow my podcast and want to help more and more people find this value of self-love and sweat and break that more is more mentality, do what sets their soul on fire, and just like live a life that is unapologetically feeling fantastic for them. And I can't do it without your help. So take a screenshot of this wherever you're listening to it, post it on your social, tag your friends. And I really, really appreciate that support. You're fantastic. So how to really make progress? Stop trying to always do more. Declare your goals to others who support you. Work out smarter for you and get in community.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Self-Love and Sweat, the podcast. Hey, do me a favor. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, give us a review. This really helps a lot. And share this with a friend. I'm only one person, and with your help, we can really spread the message of self-love and sweat and change more lives all around the world. I'm Lunden Souza, reminding you that you deserve a life full of passion, presence, and purpose, fueled by self-love and sweat. This podcast is a Hit Spot Austria production.